Good morning, everybody. Yes, I don't have my jacket on. I got the heater on early, and my desire to have a photo gallery at the end kept failing this morning. Every time what I do, I get 10 photos up to keep everything happening while we're waiting for people to turn up, because I know they like doing the live. And every time I kept loading them, I can put 10 shots in there, and I'd go 1, 2, and then it'd go boom, and it'd load it. And I thought, oh shit. So I got to cancel them, go back, because you only get one shot to load the shots. And in the end, I got it up to 6, but I still had more to go. And it still went, bloop, it's up. So I gave up then, because it was wasting time. And I know everyone likes to be around just after 9. So here we are, and it's really good. Everyone's underway. And in fact, I'm not sure whether Josh, he wasn't underway when I put the heading on. Maybe he's underway now. I'm not sure. I forget exactly when he got there, but he's the only one sitting there. And a very nice report from him today, which I'll put up in a minute when we finish the tracker. And it's all looking pretty simple. Jasmine got away, so she'll be happy to get out there. Weather looks good, so maybe she'll keep rebooting her energy supplies, but maybe she recovered really fast. I'm not sure. So anyway, we're going to go straight into the tracker and have a look at what's going on. So here we go. You're on the tracker. Now I'm on the tracker. Hang on when I find it. Okay, I'm on it now. Day 330 plus 20 hours, 32 minutes and 26 seconds. And Josh is still there, if that's the 8 o'clock positions. Yes, it is. So Josh must be leaving sometime today, I reckon. Something like that, and they're all making pretty good time, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to put the wind up now. So we've got the wind up. I'm going to lift this up. Oh, slow internet. When that happens, we might have to reboot. Come on. We're still on Starlink. Come on. I don't want to have to reboot. I might just let's see here. Nope, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to bloody reboot. Stand by, everybody. We'll reboot here. Coming in, boom. Look at that. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go for the wind. Yes, it's a bit slow. Come on. I want that to bounce across before I blow it up. It might all disappear. There we go. Okay, so we're slowly getting there. I want the grids. I want the snail trails. And that's what we're looking like. I'll come up one more so it's bigger for those on their phones. And the little trail group here at the end, which has got Entrant doing 4.8 and 104-mile day. I think they've been out for 24 hours now, because they were underway yesterday. 5.5 knots for Jasmine. That means she got away yesterday, yeah. 108, I'm a bit slow this morning. 108 miles, so Entrant was 104. And Kerry 116, so slowly pulling away there, continuing to climb the ladder. And yeah, looking pretty good. 116. Eric 122. That's okay. So could have got a bit puffy, but he's not that far in front, and he's made a bigger punch at the daily run. Christian 145 nautical miles. That's moving. Adam 131. I think Christian might have the game today. That's a big difference. So 131 for Adam, doing 5.5 knots. Peeler is 130. Hang on, 139 and doing 5.6. Jacob 5.6 and 133. 6 mile gain on 6 mile gain from Peeler against Jacob. You better pull your finger out, Jacob. You're going to lose your glory there. And coming up here, I punched it too far. That's a bit better. So Dan is on 132, 5.2, and Renault 5.5, 134. Pulled another 2 miles away. Still, 134, for some reason, Christian has got the daily can today, 145. He's really moving along. So there's a bit of movement there. I think Peeler and Jacob have got a lot at stake there. Jacob's still running third, and Peeler needs to get back up there. Relative distances, just to show you exactly what's happening here. That's I'll pull that to Renault's transom. Nice little video from Renault today, which Jane will get up shortly. Actual distance 32 miles, but distance on course is about 29, 30 miles behind. So Dan's about 30 miles behind. Jacob, transom to transom, is about 97 miles behind. Pila is about 100, so Pila's really close to Jacob. Adam, 118. So he's about a day behind Renault already since Cape Town. So still not too bad. We'll now get rid of that and look at the weather for the next 2 days. There's a couple of soft patches there. You can see the sort of, well, I can anyway on the big screen. I can see patches of lighter blue up around here. There's another hole there. There's one in here. So it's a little bit patchy. Hang on, just excuse me. I need to check what this message is saying here. Code, that's fine. Okay. Right, so you can see the island. You can see around for a couple of days ahead. Maybe I'll come back one more. Yeah, there's some definite patches there, and we are expecting this leg to be quieter than the leg from Cape Town to St Helena. Rightio, here we go. We're moving every 3 hours. Still looking pretty reasonable. There we are. That's 24 hours, and they've all got good breeze there. Exactly the same, pretty much. Then it's going soft at the back, but not too bad. It's just a little bit patchy. So yeah, it's softening slowly. So but they're still going to do their 120 mile days, I reckon. We're starting to lose that. Let's just have a look at the leaderboard now, because it's still relevant. They've all had their time. I've got to check on Jasmine exactly how she relates to that, but she might be a little bit over on that one. Anyway, we'll have a look here. Distance to go to the finish is for Renault 1,346 miles. This is still for an 8 o'clock position. And travelled 2,134 from Cape Town. So an ETA based on the current VMG is for the 3rd of February. Yeah, it's going to be in the first few days of February for sure. That's what they're looking like. And some of the others are coming in on the 6th and the 9th. But that's all pretty relevant now. You can use that to give you an indication of their ETAs. That's from the start. But if we go recent, push it up a bit, yeah, you can see there, based on their daily runs for the last couple of days, it's going to be 1st of February, 2nd of February for the leaders, and slowly tagging down from there. Christian will look a bit distorted. He's going to come in ahead of Renault, because he had such a big day today, 145 miles in the day. So if he maintained that all the way, but it's not relevant. So that's just to show you how it works. Recent is 24 hours, and from the start is an average speed from Cape Town all the way through. And the days at sea, of course, is not quite relevant. Hang on a sec. What we've got here, correct your elapsed time. That's not quite relevant, because we've got the 7-day stopover in St Helena. Anyway, it's back to real statistics again. What's this thing? I had a question yesterday about why is Gary not showing retired. Gary's showing retired. I'm not sure what they're on about. They're all showing retired. John's showing retired. Mike as well. They're the only 3. So, I don't know. Maybe it's in the teams. Let's have a look here. Retired. Mike and Gary. I don't know. Anyway, not a problem. That's about all, unless we can just see if what happens when we push the waves. We know what the waves are. Yeah, there it is. There's no surprises there. It's going to be quite nice going. And clouds, still a little bit cloudy, but it's cleared a lot since yesterday. Oh, that's 2 days away. Hang on. Okay, so that's cloud today. Typical trade wind stuff, a little bit more up north, but not to worry for them. And I saw Christian sailing without his shirt on, looking very comfortable and cool. So temperatures are pretty mild and quite nice by the look of it. So having a good time. Okay, no more to talk about there. I'll come back here, say good day. There was a couple of things here I wanted to remind me about. I've got to get on to you about the yacht club there. I don't want you to forget about the St. Helena Yacht Club. I've got to put up their crowdfunding. Don't forget about Boat Show if you're there. Uh, call into the stand. All the details are on the Class Globe 580 Facebook page. I've put it all up there so you can see what's going on. Lots of people going in there. This was just showing you the guys from NV who made Mike Dodger. That was what these pictures were about, just to show you how it happened. They've got a patent for that, and Anyway, they've got a patent for that, but you've got to do the roll bar at the front. That's what that was about. Okay. G'day. There's some interesting conversations in the answers to the questions I gave yesterday. If you're looking for something to do, but anyway, g'day, my lady. Hi, Don. Saw your Q&A and wondered why you bother with logistic challenges with so many other things to do. Don't use print-on-demand services. No, I don't like print-on-demand services. No affiliation for the record. Print-on-demand is sort of okay, but it just gets complicated, and we'd rather, we probably should do it at different places, but even that's a bit tricky. We've had a lot of scam print-on-demand happen. Not a lot, not for MGR, but they're always advertising and saying, So anyway, we should think about that. So we're still, it's conversation all the time, even running the shop. There's some complications there running the shop because we're an Australian company. We have no employees in Europe, right? Everyone works under contract. There's tax implications, all sorts of rhubarb. It just gets too complicated. So we'll keep looking at it. We're about to do a big merchandising thing with the GGR, and that may open some doors. We're getting set up for the GGR big time, and I think the MGR and OGR will probably piggyback off that. So stand by. It's not lost. Anyway, how did Jasmine fix the hydrovane? Good point. I have no idea, but obviously she has. It wouldn't have been a hard fix because she kept the vein, and she's got the tube, so it's just like a 1/2 inch maybe or 12 mil aluminium tube. You could just spline it, put something in that one and make it really strong or whatever. I don't know, but not super complicated to fix when you're in port. How long is the stopover in Brazil? There's a mass restart in Brazil, so everyone will be starting on the 19th of February. So the early guys in will get about 18 days, 17 or 18 days holiday there, which will be a bit of fun. And then there's the last sprint to Antigua. It was a bit of an interesting story getting to the decision on a mass restart in Recife. They've got the Carnivale on, and everyone's super busy. All the prices go through the roof. All the accommodation booked out. Blah 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 blah. But it's going to be a lot of fun for the people that are there. And there was no way we could coordinate a mass restart with any degree of responsibility before the 19th, and it's just enough time to get the boats back to Antigua. We've done the voyage planning, and the first boat should arrive about the 5th of March, and the last boat should arrive about the 15th of March, and the prize giving's on the 20th of March at the Antigua Sailing Academy. And if you're going to be there, then let us know. We can get you a ticket to come to the prize giving. So we're just talking to Alison there. Well, she just sent me another email yesterday, I think it was. So we're just starting to coordinate all that now. It's going to be quite a bit of fun. And I've noticed the traffic starting to pick up. So listen, here's the deal. I checked the figures again yesterday. I thought it was 27%. We're currently on about 33% of the people that are following us on Facebook, forget about YouTube, have actually liked and liked or followed or subscribe to the our Facebook page. Please, I'm going to start saying this. We want to show people how many people are following this. Our numbers are still really good. We're running it between 750,000 and 1 million views a month. Okay, every 28 days. So we're still getting the traffic. It's quite cool. In fact, it's interesting watching the strangest things that go off the planet in covers. We did one little picture there that Entrant took of everyone sitting down to have dinner, and it got like about 20,000 views on one little picture, which is funny. Other things are not so good, but we've got a lot of people watching. So if you are, and if you haven't liked what we're doing, just sort of hit like or follow or whatever, please do, because we're running now at 11,000. We picked up another 1,000 followers in the last month, I think it was, like 6 weeks or so since we did the 10,000, maybe a bit more, a bit longer rather. But it does, I know there's a lot of people enjoying what's going on. So if you are, just hit that button and tell all your mates, share it around. When we do a good one, share it, see how it goes. Anyway, it's all a lot of fun and we love doing it. So, had Jasmine fit to sing. G'day, Pete. Morning, Don. Great effort by Jasmine. Great updates as always. Thanks for that. Okay. I hope you're signed on, Pete. Yes. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow if all goes well. Thanks a lot. And, sheep, see what happens when I get distracted? I nearly forgot the most important part. Rightio, Entrant reports. Rightio, here we go. Entrant reports. Yeah, there's a really nice one from Josh. Josh is they're all interesting people, every one of them is a completely different character, but Josh is very interesting indeed. Renault, my French translation was a bit average, but anyway, Peeler on the ball. Peter Punk, number 98. Peter Punk has had a good downwind sailing for the last 2 days, which means she's making good time towards Recife. I'm not sleeping much. The wind changes keep me from it, but I'm happy that Peter Punk is sailing smoothly. So that's cool. And here's Josh. Listen to this. Skookum. I have to admit, I wasn't looking forward to the St. Helena rest stop with its notoriously deep anchorage, as well as the local requirement for health insurance. Being from the US, I simply can't afford it. What I found was an incredibly beautiful island with some of the most lovely people I have yet to encounter, and it has turned out to be one of my favourite stops so far. Learning about the history of the island, seeing some local insights, and assisting in Jasmine's swim around the island attempt around the island have all been incredible experiences. Looking forward to the next passage to Recife, but feeling a bit melancholy about the impending finish. Onwards. That's so true. They'll all be, Antigua's sort of like just over the horizon now because it's never over till the fat lady sings. They all know that. They've got to concentrate. They can't, you've got to be careful. That used to happen. I used to race rally cars, Tarmac Rally. And if you ever relax at a particular stage, sure as eggs, you're going to go off. It happened to me once big time. Cost me quite a lot, not money, but that's another story. Anyway, but yeah, you've got to keep concentrating. But nonetheless, it's a trade wind leg to Recife. We're not expecting any dramatic weather systems other than squalls. And then leaving from Recife to Antigua, again, it's a nice run there. Historically, if you're cruising in a cruising boat and all that sort of stuff, it's not a big one. It's the edges of the doldrums and things like that. But it's quite achievable. So some of the hardest parts and hardest yards about endurance and all that sort of stuff is behind them. So I think Josh has mentioned it, but I think they're all thinking now, what's going on. So and once again, it's interesting, the entrants, each of them will have their own opinion of each of the stopovers, but the last one always seems to be the best one and the best one. And I've got to say, they're going to some exotic places, and I'm very envious. So, and I always knew, that St. Helena, from past things I've read and heard about, would be a classic stop. But there was quite a few that didn't really, were not really excited about going to St. Helena, and I'm glad they did, and they all enjoyed it. So that's all cool. Okay, that's enough. I'll see you again tomorrow if all goes well. See you later.